Hi everyone, it's Sally from the Piggy Room here with an update video, and a lot has happened since I last made a video. I can't even remember when I made it. It must be getting on for about a year ago when I just made the new cages. A lot has happened since. We've moved twice. It took an awfully long time. We actually sold our house in October last year, and we didn't move till June this year, so that's 9 months I think it took. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. The first house we bought we lost just before Christmas, literally a few days before we would be moving in, and then we found a second house to buy and we lost that in March or April, again just before we moved in. So our buyers wouldn't wait any longer, so we ended up moving into rented accommodation for 2 months and then moving in here, which is a new build house, which was the only way we could guarantee that we wouldn't lose this one as well, because we couldn't face losing another one. Yeah, so anyway, I haven't made a video for absolutely ages because I've been so busy, so sorry about that. Quite a bit has happened as well. I've lost Dylan. He was my only boy and he wasn't that old, and he died in June just after moving here. It was quite hard actually. He had something wrong with his teeth and he had to have a general anaesthetic, and he seemed to have recovered well, and then 6 days later he went downhill really rapidly, and even though I took him to the vet they couldn't do anything much except give him pain meds. They were going to do more tests in the morning, but unfortunately he died overnight, so I still haven't quite got over that. I think he was my favourite. Probably shouldn't have favourites, but there we are. I did. And I will always miss him. I've also lost my 2 Syrian hamsters. Domino died before we moved the first time, and then Boo died after we'd moved here. Boo went quietly in her sleep overnight, so at least that was a good way to end for her. Domino, it wasn't so good. I don't really want to talk about it, but it was awful, the things that happened to him. I tried my best to save him, but he was 2.5, so I couldn't really do a lot. So they've gone. I've sold Domino's cage, the Detolf, if you remember it. I wasn't going to get another hamster, so I sold that one as soon as Domino died, and then when Boo died a couple of months ago, I hadn't got around to selling her cage yet, and I was really missing having a hamster, so I've ended up getting a little dwarf robo hamster called Miko. I will do a couple of videos on him separately. Just about got his cage sorted out now. He's still very shy, but managed to get a bit of footage of him when I first put him in, so I'll make a video showing all that shortly. So that's the piggy news. We did have problems with the cages. The cages, even though we put them on wheels so they would be easy to move, the first house we moved into, they had really weird doors which had a step to go up into the room, and also a lower, not ceiling, but a lower frame around the door, so it was a small gap into each room, which was really weird. I'm just showing you Poppy's bum here, I've just realised, but she's the only pig I can see. So we had to chop the top of the cages off to get them in. They had to go into the garage overnight, which I wasn't happy about, but at least it was very warm, so they wouldn't have been cold or anything. And then the next morning we just got my husband got just a saw and just chopped the top off. It wasn't pretty, but it did the job, so we could get them in. And then when we moved into here, we've got stairs that go around a corner, so the cages wouldn't go up. So again, we had to take some drastic action. We've actually, just zoom out. So that's the one cage. Whether you can see there's a line along there. We actually cut the cage in half. Because these 2 metal bits are joined here, so it wasn't too difficult to lift that off, but of course we'd put one solid back on the cage, so that wouldn't work. So the only way we could come up with is cutting the back, and then we could lift them off in 2 pieces, so it solved the problem. It's not as pretty as it was, but to be honest, when you're standing at this height you can't see it, so it's not too bad. So these are the cages I've got now. The arrangement I've got now. Just move back so you can see it a bit better. just go out of the room actually. They've got their own room. It's pretty small, but they do all fit in. So that's the one cage there. The three girls did have the bottom level sort of there. But when Dylan died, I moved Poppy from the right hand cage up to the top. So she is next to Minnie now. And then I moved the girls up so that they've got an entire row rather than having to go up and down a ramp, which sort of made the cages smaller. So now at least they've got a bit of space there. I think it's about 7 or 8 feet long, which they can just run along, and it's not broken up by the hole for the ramp anymore. So I had to change them a bit. I had to take the perspex off the side, which went across there to the back, and then push this cage right into the corner, and then put a smaller piece of perspex on the front. I need to get a bit of this, I don't know what you call it, but trim to go on the top, which I haven't got around to doing yet. And then it's just got a little, if it'll focus, metal clip there which goes through one of these rungs and just holds that in place, so I can easily remove that. So that's it really with the cages. I have been wondering about doing a tour of the new house, whether anybody would be interested to see that. I'll just give you a quick tour of this room while I'm at it. It's actually got a carpet underneath, but we put a bit of lino on top so that it was easier to sweep up all the hay, because I get hay everywhere when I'm cleaning them out. It hasn't gone down that well because it's on top of the carpet. It's a bit wrinkly, but at least it's keeping the carpet clean because it was quite a light grey colour. And eventually, if I do get the stage where I don't have any guinea pigs, we've already got a carpet in here, and this would then be a spare bedroom. Got their storage boxes here, which I really need to sort out a bit. I'm sure there's stuff I can chuck away. They've got their ready grass in that one, and Miko's or boys or bios, I never know how to say it, the hemp bedding in the bottom one. And I've just got a few supplies there, things I use regularly, mainly their pellets and bin bags and that sort of thing. Oh, and I've still got, we haven't put any pictures up yet, so I've still got that one of Minnie when she was on the cover of a Guinea Pig magazine. I'm going to put that on this wall here. And then I've got my stool, which I actually use to sit on to do the lower cages. I find it a lot easier. And then Miko's sand is there, and then I've got my brush and dustpan there. And then another pile of boxes. The bottom two are cage liners, which I'm not using at the moment. And then actually I've got a few boxes of my clothes I haven't put away yet. And then there's a 2-drawer unit here, which is very messy, but it's got all my guinea pig things in, some medication, some chew toys. Oh, I got millet in there for Miko, I forgot that, I'll have to give him that. Yeah, anyway, that's the general gist. And then on top of that I just got a tub full of spare vet bed. I've got my Welcome to the Piggy Room sign there, and a little guinea pig t-shirt, which I probably haven't shown you before, but I can get it to... I don't even know where I got that from, I've had it for so long. But it's so cute. I did wonder about getting sort of like a little doll or something to put it on, but it's on there most of the time, so I think it looks quite cute on there. And then I've got various things under the cages, pellets, puppy pads, newspapers, that sort of thing. And again the same there. I really need to sort out some of these toys, I think. And I've got their hay there, and then a bin for all the rubbish there. We've got the same blinds and curtains in all the rooms, so we've got grey blinds to match the floors, and then these. It doesn't really look purple in this light. I think it's aubergine. I've got the light on because it's such a dark morning, but maybe try the other curtain. No, well, you can sort of see the colour. It's not as dark as it looks there. Trying to turn it round. There, that's more like it. There, that sort of colour. Little sneak peek at the garden. It's only tiny, but I've tried to make it as interesting as possible for Phoebe. I've got a tiny miniature wildlife pond over there. And then a feeder. We haven't actually had a bird in the garden yet, but we've got the feeder up ready for when they come in. That's it really. They're still building houses over there, so it's like living on a building site at the moment, but hopefully in the next 6 months or so that will be finished. Right, that's about it, I think. I will do a separate video on Miko, as I said. All the other guinea pigs are doing well. One of the 3 girls, Amber, is still very shy. I don't think she'll ever let me touch her, but you know, at least she's safe and she's got a nice home. And oh, there's Willow. And there's Piglet in the corner. And Minnie is up here, sleeping in her little, I think they call it carrot houses. They all like them, they can chew them as well as sleep in them. I thought all hell would be let loose when I put Minnie next to Poppy, as they really don't like each other, but they've been fine. I've had to actually I've put some grids as well. I've got the perspex there, and then 2 grids as well, cable tied on, just in case they try to bite each other or something. But I haven't even heard them shouting at each other, which they used to do. Minnie used to be over the top of Poppy, and Poppy would stand on something, like a step stool or something, or like on top of that, and then just shout at Minnie. But yeah, she doesn't seem to do that anymore, so that's something. I think she's getting a bit old. Her belly is absolutely bulging. They've just had their vegetables, and she likes chewing on her grass house there anyway, so leave her to it. Right, okay, I think that's it. I'm sorry for not posting a video for so long. I will do some more videos now we're settled. It took a while to get everything sorted out, but we've pretty much done it all now. Just got a few pictures to put up and a few last minute things to do, and then we're done. And if you could let me know if you think it's a good idea, if you would like to see a tour of our new house. I am thinking about setting up another channel and doing various other videos other than guinea pigs, hamsters and what have you. So let me know what you think. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye for now.